Let me ask you something. What's holding you back from the life you've been dreaming of? I've seen so many Americans and Canadians transform their lives by moving to Mexico, finding freedom, joy, and a way of life they never thought was possible. But here's the truth. For every person who takes action, there are countless others paralyzed by self-doubt, uncertainty, or the judgment of others. And if that strikes a chord with you, it's because deep down inside, you know you are meant for more than the way things are right now. You've been thinking about this for months, maybe years. You've done the research. You've run the numbers. You know that your retirement dollar goes 3 times further here. You know the healthcare is world-class and affordable. You know the weather beats any brutal winter that makes you feel like a prisoner in your own home. But you're still sitting there, paralyzed by what-ifs, and listening to people who've never even set foot in Mexico tell you why it's a terrible idea. The real enemy to your dream life in Mexico isn't the headlines, the rumors, or the warnings you've been hearing. It's fear. It's the doubt that creeps in and convinces you to stay stuck. It's the moment you let someone else's limitations define what's possible for you. Because the truth is, Mexico isn't standing in your way. The only thing holding you back is the belief that you can't have the life you've been imagining. I'm looking at you right now. Yes, you. And I'm seeing someone who's tired. Tired of working your butt off just to afford basic dignity in retirement. Tired of calculating and recalculating whether you'll have enough money to stop working before you're 75. Tired of watching your neighbors choose between medication and groceries. You didn't spend a lifetime working hard just to step into retirement worried about money and stuck in a place that drains your joy. So why keep living like that's the only option? And if you're thinking, but what will people think? Ugh, this one kills me. You're going to let Karen from accounting and your brother-in-law Carl, who's never been further south than Cancun for a weekend, dictate the next 30+ years of your life? Here's the truth they won't tell you. The people warning you against Mexico, they're not protecting you. They're protecting themselves. They're protecting their own fear, their own inner paralysis, their own inability to imagine anything different. When you succeed, when you're posting pictures of yourself on a Mexican beach in January while they're scraping ice off their windshields, it forces them to confront their own choices. And that scares the hell out of them. Don't let their fear become your prison sentence. And then I hear, but what if something goes wrong? What if something goes wrong in Canada? What if something goes wrong in the States? What if your healthcare costs bankrupt you? What if another economic downturn wipes out your savings? What if you work until you're 70 and drop dead at your desk having never lived the life you dreamed about? You think staying put is safe? Let me tell you what's not safe. Spending the next 20 years of your life in survival mode, stressed about money, dealing with winters that feel like they last forever, watching your dreams get smaller and smaller until they disappear completely. That's not safe. That's tragic. I've seen both sides. I've worked with thousands of foreigners just like yourself who have made this move. You know what the biggest regret is among all my clients? It's not that they moved to Mexico. It's that they waited so damn long to do it. Taniel, they tell me, I wish I had done this 10 years ago. I wish I hadn't wasted so much time being scared. And I've seen just as many people who have never made the move, still up north, still complaining about the cold, still stressed out about money, still frustrated with their government, still struggling with skyrocketing healthcare costs, still dreaming about a life they're too afraid to create. Which person do you want to be? Here's what your well-meaning friends won't tell you because they don't know. I have clients who live better in Puerto Vallarta on a $1,500 a month budget than they ever did making $80,000 a year in Toronto or Los Angeles. I have clients getting world-class medical procedures for what they used to pay just in insurance premiums back at home. I have clients who learned Spanish at 65, made friends from all over the world, and they tell me regularly these are the best years of their lives. I have clients who were borderline depressed from the isolation and expense of their old lives who are now energized, active, and genuinely happy for the first time in decades. But you'll never see these stories on the news. Happy expats living their best lives don't generate clicks or sell ads on TV. So here's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying Mexico is perfect. I'm not saying this move is right for everyone. And I'm certainly not saying you should make this decision lightly. What I am saying is that if you've been thinking about this seriously, if you've done your research, if you know in your gut that your current path leads to financial stress and uncertainty, then the biggest risk isn't moving to Mexico. The biggest risk is staying exactly where you are and wondering, what if, for the rest of your life? So here's the question I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to answer it honestly. 5 years from now, do you want to be in exactly the same place you are right now? Dealing with the exact same problems? Having exactly the same financial stress? Enduring the political roller coaster that never stops, except 5 years older? Or do you want to be sitting on a terrace overlooking the Pacific, watching the sunset, with more money in the bank than you've ever had in years, genuinely excited about tomorrow for the first time in decades? Because those are your two choices. There's no secret third option where everything magically gets better while you do nothing. Stop researching and start living. You've done the research. You know the numbers add up. You know life here would make you happier, healthier. You can already feel the sunshine on your skin and the stress melting away. The only thing standing between you and the life you actually want to live is your willingness to stop listening to other people who don't have your best interests at heart and start trusting yourself. I'm not asking you to pack up tomorrow. I'm asking you to stop letting fear make your decisions for you. Come down for a week. See it for yourself. Talk to expats who are actually living here. Get the real story from people who've actually made the move. Because I guarantee you this, a year from now, you'll either be living the life you've been dreaming about, or you'll still be dreaming about it. And I can tell you from 20 years of experience, the people who are still just dreaming are never the happy ones. Look, your dream life is waiting for you. The only question is, are you going to keep it waiting? Dreams don't come true by waiting. They come true by deciding and taking action. So email us today at info@tanielchemsian.com and start living yours today. Thank you.